She was a fierce warrior before she was blinded in battle. Focused, determined. Losing her sight has not changed that. I have no doubt that she will become skilled enough at blind fighting to rejoin the ranks someday. Indeed, blind Dekara were once instrumental in decimating an eternal legion during a sandstorm ambush. So it is not without precedent. This is the tale as it was told to me by our Akara's Tale Woman before me, and as told to her by the Tale Woman before her. These words have remained unchanged since the beginning. Many thousands of years ago, we were a simple people, hunters, roamers. We moved valley to valley in search of meat and berries. There was none of the discipline we know today, but that was about to change. These fair plains became barren and lightless. A time those generations called the winter of the world. 1,000 years of ice brought hardship and suffering, but that was only the beginning. To the south, the foreign tyrant An fell, and horrible creatures flooded forth under this darkness, seemingly born of bone and blood and foul magic. Survival meant banding together and creating the strict traditions that eventually became what we know today. To fight was to live. Disorder meant death. In the darkest depths of that era, when hope was but a memory, the twin sister Sekemas, Solarai and Landara, arose to unite our scattered peoples for the first time. They wielded the essence of gold and silver, gleaming with such ferocity that the grey skies had no choice but to give way. The creatures retreated under the sands, never to be seen again, and our fair plains blazed with emerald forests and sapphire rivers. This brought about the most glorious age of our people, a time of conquest, wealth, great heroes, and gods that lasted for another 1,000 years. But then, one fell winter, the gods vanished. Our beloved Garukan was the last to succumb, holding on for 2 moons against a powerful innovation. She gave what final orders she could, mandated our traditions be upheld, and then went silent. The Maraketh were not disturbed. We did not lose hope. We knew who we were, and those values had not left us with the departure of the gods. When the sky burned, when the Vaal fell, when the Eternals came and sought to be our masters, and then fell as well, we endured. We have protected these fair plains for 304 generations, and we will continue to do so for another 304. That is our duty and our birthright. Nasima, yes, Nasima. A great warrior, though with a complicated legacy. Born with eyes the color of blood, she was left to die among the dunes for being blind. But the Ferredin found her and raised her. A Balbalik, one might think, but no, she became an impressive warrior in her own right. And when called upon to raid her people, she recognized her mother's voice and turned and slaughtered her Ferredin captors. A true role model from the ancient days and a wonderful sleep tale for the children. I have a very long official title, but you may simply address me as Zaka. The young ones will harp on and on about our strict traditions, but I'm old enough to get away with it. So I do. My role is that of a keeper of tales. I was chosen by my predecessor, rather than being allowed to become a Dekara or perform other duties. I'm not permitted near combat, for the stories I keep are one of our most valuable resources. We understand the plains of Vastiri through the lens of these words handed down to us over the centuries. We see what used to lie where sand dwells now, and hear the bold proclamations and lamentations of yesteryear. That is my role, to be the worldly eyes and ears of the Ardura.
Who goes there? I remember her face from before the battle where I lost my sight. She is quite beautiful, and she has strength and cunning to match. I can think of no better leader for us. We, Adora, have put all our faith in Asala, and though we do not number enough to spark divinity in her, we still thrived under her leadership. Sands guide you. Take your time. Warm nights.
How can I advise you? Yes, I have seen the slaves pulling carts. I am uncomfortable with the practice, but from what I understand, it allows those captured in battle to serve rather than simply being executed. There are not enough resources to keep prisoners who do not work. In this harsh land, it is perhaps the lesser of two evils. That is, what I tell myself, at least. Asala has agreed to aid us, exactly as I expected. The beast represents an existential threat to all the peoples of Wraeclast, but even beyond that, she seems to be quite driven. She reminds me of a rambunctious young woman I once knew in Keth, who eventually rose to power, attained divinity, and led her people to greatness. Go.
Gates shut. That was no part of the plan.
The Halani gates are closed for the first time in 1,000 years. This can only be related to the beast. We should investigate the Feridan's camp in the halls of Modon and demand answers. Corruption has returned to the Vastiri. Before this season, the Haonic warriors you fought would never have dared raid a caravan. The dead have begun to rise again, and other creatures of the desert have started changing. By Zarka's accounts, the land is returning to the way it was before. These are ill times. After the beast of Highgate was slain, all other Akaras vowed to pursue and eradicate corruption should it ever return. Never again will a sole Akara suffer the weight of history. This Oriana would find no allies among our Akaras. We are no strangers to the eternal war against corruption. If she has allies in this region, they cannot be of the Marqueth. Foreigners often misunderstand the concept of the Sekima. I am no dictator, and do not make some pathetic claim of divine right. Emperors are for nations filled with the weak-minded and soft, as history has proven every time an empire falls and we endure. I am Sekima, because others have put their faith in me as the strongest and most capable among us. I lead because there is no better replacement. It is a role I deserve, by definition. Fight to the last. Welcome.
The Farad'n beat the drums of war. Twisted thing! Begone, foul creature! No mana! A tidy sum. I'm not ready yet! No mana!
Step by bloody step. Shape and filth! Pack's heavy enough already.
People have lived in the shadows of the dunes for too long. Countless generations have been forgotten, will be forgotten. We are not Faradin. We are Marraketh. And if we work together, if we unite, then they will be forced to acknowledge us. We must.
Pack's heavy enough already.
Casting us off is a mistake. We must show them our strength. Perhaps we can one day rebuild Keth itself. For all those who live in the plains of Vastiri.
Nature takes what's old. I'm not ready yet! Pack's heavy enough already. I need more time for that! I'm not ready yet! I need more time for that! Pack's heavy enough already. Ancient fury! I'm not ready yet! A druid knows to travel light. They sealed the mine and left the stragglers to die. Folk here wouldn't take kindly to that.
What?
Here we are. This could be useful.
Stay inside.
How can I?
Who goes there?
I need more time for that! Shape and filth! I'm not ready yet! I need more time for that! A druid knows to travel light.
Sand and steel, fire and iron, flesh and bone. What is the difference? Face of Baradun, mind of a traitor. Serpent's tongue, scorpion stinger. The other way. Now you pay with your life. Insane? Shut your mouth, traitor! I am the sun! Hold this!
Just coming!
For the king! Sand and steel.
Help me! She's insane!
Insane! I'll show you insane!
I need more time for that!
Burn, oppressors!
Quickly, break the lock. Winds praise you. 1,000 praises, my friend. I thought I would die here. Please take me back to your caravan, and I will tell you anything you want to know.
You're free. Talk if you've a mind to.
What have you learned? They call themselves the Ferelden in this era, but they have died out and been reborn many times. They are not an independent culture. They are the Mariketh's dark secret, the inevitable consequence of life's haphazard nature. A society cannot simply purge itself of the weak, the ill, or the disadvantaged. Those unwanted newborns abandoned among the dunes, they rarely die, no matter how much the Mariketh wish to make them simply disappear. No, they live. The Ferelden are the shadow of the Mariketh, always just out of sight, always watching. They rescue those children and raise them up on the outside, looking in. An unspoken relief for the father and mother that must give up their child. But a gathering storm fated to one day return home with a fury. It takes courage to go against one's people. I once faced a similar decision. There were men and women like me who believed themselves to be exceptional. And they were correct. Terribly, horribly correct. I cursed myself to a permanent exile from my own peers by betraying them. I was unlike mortals, but hated by immortals. I was alone. I would do it all again, and I still might. Move swiftly.
This defector, Risu, will never be accepted by the Adura. You may trust her, and she may provide information about the enemy's intentions, but remember, she is a traitor to her people. We deal with our own traitors using excessive means. She is not one of us, so we do not consider it our duty to punish her, but neither will we protect her when the time comes. Publicly, I will decry them as loudly as anyone else. Privately, I understand. I do not condone their actions, but I have suffered some small portion of what they must feel their entire lives. To be honest, I expected them to turn on us eventually. No need to rush. Adorn and survive. As you wish. I'll unburden you. Take care.
What?
hear you. Browse as long as you like. Goodbye.
I know what Jaman-Ra intends. Atop the burial spires of Deshar lie the Maraketh's most honored dead. The king has become driven by madness to seek any trace of ancient flesh from those of renown or power in life. He intends to feed their bodies to the horrific creature he keeps in a cage behind his throne. They call it the Beast. I have seen it, and the sight haunts my nightmares. The Halani gates are closed. Then Jaman-Ra must have succeeded in capturing them. He planned to close the gates to prevent the Maraketh from interrupting his harvest. A siege from the front would be impossible now. But there is another way. An ancient passage lost to time. It was used by the traitor Balbala. I can show you where it is, if you will use it to stop Jaman-Ra before it is too late. Be brave. Make a choice. I trust you appreciate that. Warm nights.
So, the outcasts have raised their new king from the grave, and he seeks to violate Deshar, to feed our honored dead to the beast. Such a transgression. Those vile dogs! Our city of the dead lies beyond the Halani gates. We should move to crush the Ferryden immediately. Let us see if this defector's information is truthful. Infiltrate this supposed passage, find your way to the top of the gates without being detected, and then call for aid. I shall answer. If her information proves to be truthful, then she will live. If she is a deceiver sent to misdirect us, she will be left to die in the open desert, once again. Fight to the last.
Quickie.
What? Do not wander.
Jaman-Ra? That's a tale I rarely tell. Every few generations, the Ferryden stir up trouble. Jaman-Ra was their most successful attempt at causing problems. A very long time ago, he spread dangerous ideas among the outcasts and spoke to the Maraketh as if they were equals. His offenses were so great, the Sekhmers joined together to approach and rebuke him. The tale says that he was so in awe of the glory of our leaders, he ended his own life and chose to fall forgotten in the sands. It is a strange conclusion to his tale, I must admit. But this is what is told. If he has been somehow reanimated through corruption, he will have only one goal: harming us.
Stay in sight.
If you are traveling through Traitor's Passage, there is something I wish to ask of you. The traitor, Balbala. According to the tales, she is still sealed there, somewhere along the tunnel, as an undying djinn. She served her sentence long ago, but knowledge of the location was lost. It is long past time to release her. I will tell you her story if you wish, but I doubt it will mean much to a Jingak. Long ago, when Keth was the shining jewel of the Vastiri, and our trade routes were the envy of the known world. A weak-willed Sekema named Balbala betrayed her Akara for a promise of Wraeclast, a mythical elixir said to bestow great power. She led a band of foreign warriors through secret paths to the top of the Halani gates. Taken by surprise, the Akara was slain to the last woman. What was her reward? Not Wraeclast. The bandits put a spear through her gut in that very passage. A cautionary tale, yes. For her betrayal, the wise woman of that era enacted an ancient ritual, trapping Balbara's soul as a djinn for a sentence intended to be 1,000 years. Jingak, it has been far more than 1,000 years. By Zarka's reckoning, at least 2 or 3. The stain of Balbala's betrayal has been lifted from her legacy, yet the knowledge of her prison was lost long ago. Sands guide you.
What have you learned? I was asleep during the era of Shaman-Ra. I cannot attest to the truth of Risu's tale, though I cannot say it is outside the realm of possibility. The Marraketh have strict traditions, erring on the side of brutal. Time is short. Make haste.
The dark hides all manner of creatures. I'm not ready yet! I'm not ready yet! Misshapen filth! Wilds take you!
The traitor Balbala has been sentenced to 1,000 years of suffering as a djinn, bound in this place of her dishonor. Let no woman or man of Marrakech blood enter her prison before her time is served.
Lifetimes have passed since these doors were last disturbed. She betrayed her kin, but time has betrayed her in turn.
I prove myself!
this part of our punishment?
Allow me to repay you for freeing me from my imprisonment. By my right... Must you keep doing that?
I need more time for that! No mana! I'm not ready yet! Misshapen filth! Nature takes what's owed! A druid knows to travel light. I'm not ready yet! Nature's fury! These lasses must have been something special. I need more time for that! I'm not ready yet! Balance restored! Crack's heavy enough already. I need more time for that! Pack's heavy enough already. I need more time for that! I need more time for that! Pack's heavy enough already. Spawn! Nature takes what's old! Pack's heavy enough already. I'm not ready yet! The war for the Vastiri has already...
So, you released Balbara from her prison, and she fought well. Good. She may now earn her redemption, if the ancient places still hold power. Her barrier contains her soul. She will tell you what to do next. When I face his direction, there is a faint impression. Even the sun does not intrude upon my blindness, so this is a new sensation for me. What am I seeing from your strange companion?
What? Each young one is much like another. Theroden, Maraketh. What does it matter to an old woman? Others may scowl for letting Risu sit and listen to my stories, but none may order me silent. I've got some trinkets.
How can I be of aid? You have no idea how much restraint it requires to listen to tales of people and places I knew, yet not correct her. She's close, I shall grant her that. Often startlingly so. In certain details or sequences of events, but the spirit of what happened thousands of years ago, the essence of that life, it has been embellished. At other times, the stories convey only a pale shadow, and the true magnificence is lost. Or is it my memories that are drifted with time? I suppose we shall never know, because those days are gone, never to return. All that I once loved has been dust hundreds of years longer than you have even been alive. I am accustomed to others shivering and turning away when my gaze falls upon them, but I must confess, for once the feeling is reversed. Although she is blind, I sometimes have the strangest notion that she is looking at me, even at night. Go.
Hello? For you, young one. Stay in sight.
Warm nights.
Sekena's proving grounds.
Quickly. I am of the Faridun. We are the shadows of the Maraket, the unwanted and the forgotten. Some time ago, a foreign woman came to us and offered us the power to take back what was ours. We took her deal. We had no idea what it would cost us. When she finally brought us the beast, it was not the glorious power we'd been promised. It was horrifying. Those of us who did not want to make war, those of us who were afraid of the beast, Jaman-Ra sealed us in the mine when his dreadnought was complete. This madness must end. Some may call me a traitor, but I do not seek the destruction of my brethren. I seek their salvation. You need not trust me. You will see the truth of my information soon enough. I ask nothing of you, only that you do what you know is right. This corruption that plagues the land, I cannot bring myself to fully believe it's the reason for my people's sickening turn. I know that when the beast first came to us, when Jaman-Ra was raised from death, he quickly became covetous and prone to fits of rage. Soon that fervor gleamed in the eyes of those around him. You say it's his corruption, but I have not seen anything in my brothers and sisters that was not already there. Corruption may exist, yes, but it does not fully control. It only excuses. The Faridun are warring against the Maraket because they desire to do so. They have always wanted this conflict. They want to make those who abandoned us suffer. The sight of that thing chilled my soul. Those of us who objected to its presence were forced to work, mining and finishing the dreadnought. By the time we were done, madness was already rife, and we were sealed in the mine to die for supposedly betraying our people. This Oriana, the one you called a countess, Jaman-Ra has declared her our queen. She first came to us from the south and seemed sympathetic to our cause. She promised us power, the power to take back our lives. She left for Azomite lands, vowing to return with something that would resurrect our greatest hero, Jaman-Ra. With that hope dangled before us, the Faridun united for the first time since his death. We prepared, as she asked. We took the quarry. We began working on the dreadnought. I am ashamed to admit that I was a devout believer in the cause. Until the day she kept her promise. She did return. She did bring the power to resurrect Jaman-Ra. She brought the beast. I must pursue what I feel to be right. Asala might yet decide to have me put to death, or abandon me to the doom of the desert. I know these risks, but I had to try anyway. If you had seen the darkness rising in the hearts of my brothers and sisters, you would understand. I am not betraying them. I'm trying to save them from themselves. The Maraket have no idea how great we number. We are larger than anyone Akara by far, and my brothers and sisters hold a great bitterness, even before corruption came among us. Everything we do, from our garb to our food, is made opposite to the Maraket out of spite. I still feel some of that anger when I see them here, standing proud and colorful. Asala promises them a return to their glory days. But do they not have such glory now? I cannot say I view the Maraket favorably, but there is no other power to which I can turn. Jaman-Ra is going mad, and I know that the Maraket will unite their scattered Akaras to confront him if the need is great enough. I believe that it is. What is that being? Does it travel with you? I would tell you not to trust a mysterious stranger in black, but that would make my own situation rather difficult. Choose, or do not.
Yes? The Balbalak has her life, for she was truthful. If she also wishes to be accepted here, that will be up to her. You have your orders.
Her blood!
Hold them back while I open the gate!
The way is open! Out of mana!
Advance with me! There are 2 more gates we must open!
Out of mana! Out of mana!
Onwards! Give these demons no quarter!
I'm not ready yet! No mana! I'm not ready yet! Pack's heavy enough already.
How is this possible?
I'm not ready yet!
The Maracas will fall by my hand! tried to seek peace, and the Sekimars disgraced me. Left my corpse to rot in the sand. This time, we choose war.
I'm not ready yet. No mana!
We shall finish this, but not today.
Make haste! He must not escape! Quickly! He conjures the very sands against us! This is no natural sandstorm. We must battle sorcery with sorcery. Let us return to the camp.
The Countess has used corruption to resurrect Jaman-Ra, and they have escaped with the beast. Thankfully, we have some idea what the Faradin intend. We must reach Deshar as soon as possible.
Who goes there? Risu has proven herself, at least to me. She has spoken only the truth, and I believe she means well. In another life, we might have been fellow Dikara, or even friends. Warm nights.
Jaman-Ra can control the sands? Oh, this was not an ability he had in life. It must be born of corruption. There is something in the tales that could help us overcome such a power. It was said that the Horn of the Vastiri could control the winds. I believe the Horn's location has been lost to time, but perhaps it is possible that we can reconstruct it. We would have to retrace the steps of our greatest heroine, Orbala, on her final adventure. Speak to Asala. She knows the tale and where it might take us. Let her know how you wish to begin. Or you may seek my wisdom if you have further questions. Ah, you released Balbala, the traitor. Then it is your duty to redeem her soul by allowing her to serve as a mentor djinn during your dance with the scorpion. In modern times, we give aspiring Dekaras a straightforward test. For this task, however, the old ways are required. You will have to face a much deadlier trial. Speak to Asala. The original trial is not far from here, and the caravan is duty-bound to carry you there. Here we are. I'll ask Shambrin about this one. This is not the first time the sands themselves have been used against us. The necromancer of Weeping Black, Saresh, once waged war upon the Maraketh out of the nascent desert regions of that era. He commanded not only armies of the dead, but vast roiling storms as well. Hearing of this threat, Orbala set forth on a quest to master the elements. And in 3 places of power, she proved herself to the winds. Her reward came to be known as the Horn of the Vastiri. When she drew in a mighty breath and sounded the horn, it was so powerful Every tent across the entire plains blew open. You can imagine what it did to the necromancer's sandstorms. Seizing their moment, the united Akaras stormed forth to savage the undead armies of Suresh. For this victory, Obala was made the Sekama of Sekamas. And after ruling with strength and cunning for many years, later became our Queen of the Wind, greatest goddess of the Maraketh. Her divine name was Garukan, which means ultimate sovereign. The tales, unfortunately, make no further mention of the horn after that. Ah, the horn. How to condense a 7-day tale. It was created during Obala's 8th adventure, her final quest before becoming the Sekama of Sekamas. She wrested control of the 3 elements. Her trusty war steed, the great mastodon Ekbab, gave its tusks for the carving and the channeling of lightning. The essence of water was a secret held at the heart of Keth. And primordial fire must be earned from those that originally brought it to Wraeclast. We will find them at the Valley of Titans. Yes, those are the 3 elements we will need.
Stay inside.
We Faridun have never had grand caravans. In our preparations, Jaman Ra tasked our people with building one of our own. The intent shifted as madness crept upon him. Soon it became the greatest war machine the Vastiri have ever known. The wish for a better life was gone. Only thoughts of hatred were left. An outcast's trove, I smile, for you. Scylla.
Ah, yes. The horn of the Vestiri. Move swiftly.
So this is where the Maraketh forged their finest.
will serve. We have met in battle, but not in peace. I am Balbala, once a traitor, long a sorrowed prisoner. As Jin here, I shall serve as your guide. Together, we shall prove ourselves worthy. Goodbye.
Only the strongest leave this place standing.
Nature takes what's old! No mana!
Swift magnificence.
Wild Spawn!
Impressive endurance.
Wilds take you! I need more time for that!
Gonna carry any more?
Great challenge. Overcome.
Twisted thing!
Can I carry any more?
I'll take you!
I'm not ready yet.
The ritual has
Back's
been
heavy enough
disrupted.
already.
I need more time for that! No mana!
That's heavy enough already.
No mana!
That was close. An oasis in the desert. The foe ahead is formidable. Steel yourself.
Come on, then! You great lump of stone!
Stand clear.
I need more time for that.
Look out for the slam.
I need more time for that! Still you fall like the rest.
I knew you would succeed.
I'm full up.
Let's plan. We will succeed.
Seems I've a decision to make. I see the paths not yet taken.
It is done. You are no longer a Jingak. You now carry with you the spirit of a Maraketh Dekara. I am finally free, but I find I do not wish to rest just yet. This place is in disrepair, though it may take another 1,000 years. I must restore it to its former glory. Should you need me, I will continue to serve as your guide here. If you wish to challenge the trial again, find more barriers, more coins. The Jinn within will inhabit this place, much like I do.
I'm full up. Can I carry any more?
quickly.
Hello? Speak up.
What have you learned?
Young man.
Speak up.
Oh, right. Ah, that's nice. I will tell your tale.
What have you learned?
Hello. Here, have this useless gold. Here, have this useless gold. Do not wander.
greetings. Time is short. Make haste.
Speak up!
All right. Ah, then. What?
Yes? Think carefully. Warm nights.
Titans once walked here. Can almost hear their footsteps still.
Mindless machine! I'm not ready yet! Balance restored!
What a thing to behold!
I'm not ready yet! Out of mana! No mana! I'm not ready yet!
A druid knows to travel light.
I'm not ready yet! I'm not ready yet! Balance restored!
I need more time for that.
I'm not ready yet! I'm not ready yet! I'm not ready yet! Balance restored!
Pack's heavy enough already.
I need more time for that!
Hard to fathom what this place...
How can I be of aid?
Hello! Oh, right. Of course. Ah, that's nice.